Welcome on back to that there Redhead Redemption. We are starting from chapter 2. So last we left off, we completed the entirety of chapter 1, going through the snowy pass and coming out to the base camp on the other side after the train heist and shenanigans. From everything I know of this game, this is kind of where things truly start. I felt like it was a slow start with chapter 1, and there was enough there that got me curious and intrigued. I think the actual gameplay can be a lot of fun in terms of the shooting. I personally don't really like shooting people, but they've done a good job of making it fun, so I shall not apologize for that. And then on top of that, I don't really know where this is going. And that is what has really got me intrigued. So I'm excited to see what we're going to do. But the only way that we know how to do that is to get started. So let's get started. Okay, can you guys see? And let's get into chapter 2, shall we? So we are at the camp. Look at this, man. I like his blue. Very, very cool. We got some chickens! They got a good camp setup happening. So basically, everyone was tasked to chip in. But what am I tasked to do? Bring Pearson animals to supply the camp. He can use the meat for food and the skins to craft satchels with increased capacity. So it looks like there are a few things around the map that I can head towards. So I will unceremoniously head in this direction.
Good morning, Arthur.
Hello. You look like you're going to sell stuff based on the map. Your beard is getting long. You can use the shaving kit beside your tent or visit a barber shop to maintain your facial hair. So when I left, our friend Allison said I can shave his beard. So I feel like that is something that we could maybe begin. Because as we know, any good RPG starts with character creation. Ooh, First Bank rubbery newspaper scrap. What is this? Each day, Pearson will make stew, thank you for the follow, which you can eat from the pot at... Okay, cool. But I want to know what this is about. 3-man sort. Major Belford has been a cashier at the banking house of Lee and Hoyt for a number of years, but nothing prepared him for what transpired last week. It was about 2 o'clock. 3 men, strangers to me, came through the door and walked up to the counter. One of them, the eldest of the 3, was a fine talker and engaged me in the conversation. Suddenly, the largest, a big sullen young man, I was actually thought that this might be about us and that's why we had a newspaper clip, but this doesn't sound like it was us. The large one said, "Throw up your hands." The third one said, who appeared to be the boss. Oh, sorry, the third man, rather than the large man, throw up your hands. The other 2 repeated the order with an oath, and the leader said, "My fine patriotic friends and I are gonna relieve you of that gold and introduce a few folks to the benefits of civilization." They came around the counter and grabbed some snacks, which contained $5,000 sacks, sorry, not snacks, $5,000 in gold. They demanded to know where the rest of the money was, and I pointed out 3 sacks containing silver, but it was too bulky for them. They retreated, and one warned against sounding an alarm. "I was never so terrified in my life," Mr. Belford told the reporter. The robbers are reported to have lingered in town, and there are unproven claims that the men traveled to hovels and shanties and even a home for orphans and gave handfuls of the ill-gotten gains to the poor. Well, that sounds all right. I suppose that's probably triggered a mission somewhere, maybe. And then who is this in this photograph that I am keeping by my tent? Don't know. Okay. There you go. Is this not my tent? Have I returned to the wrong area? Why is she fanning herself? Is it because I'm here? Hello.
Another day.
Hello there. Oh, we can't talk. Never mind. She doesn't want to talk to me. Alrighty. Well, I guess we're not shaving then. I thought... Oh, okay, right. It was right there. We gotta get our shave on, you know? Trim your own hair. Ooh, we can have a mustache. Chops! What else do we have going on? This is your current length. All right. So we can shave everything down. That's so hilarious. So if I don't shave, it just grows out. That is such a funny little mechanic to include. We can shave it all off or let it keep on growing. I think I'm gonna let it just grow. I want to see how bushy it can get. That's my curiosity. The autosave slot already contains the save. Do you want to overwrite the data? No. It's fine. I'm guessing that was just autosaving. Autosaving will be turned off. Do I want autosave on? How do I feel about autosave? I think that autosave can be good, and then I'll create a second save for myself. So I am not sure. No. Thank you, Prime. Yeah, we've only played the beginning, so we've just started for today. Fine, overwrite. Grrr. Yes, exactly, 9Fox. I think it's better to have it on so that it is auto-saving, and then I can create extra saves, should I wish. Okie dokie. Well, let's go find some of these missions, shall we? Save your shave? Well, that's what I was trying to do, but I didn't even shave. Oh gosh, these missions are a lot further than I thought they would be. Okay. I feel like there was a third one. Maybe I just start with the one close by in that case. So it's just slightly to my left at Uncle? Who is Uncle? We'll just go over here in that case. Da 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 da. Is this my horsey? I think this is my horsey. Morning! Look at us power walking away. Oh, and now we're out of the camp so we can sprint. Is this Uncle? Yes, that is. Sorry, buddy. You're not pulling your weight, so you gotta wake up.
Oh. Careful not to work yourself to death there, Uncle.
I was thinking.
Yeah, does it pay well?
Oh, eventually.
So, while the rest
Cute
of
little
us
banter.
are busy stealing, killing, lying, fighting to try to survive, you get to think all day.
Someone's
Well,
gotta
it's a
do it.
Strange world we live in, Arthur Morgan.
Do you want to head into town? See if we can find anything out?
Go.
I got some errands to run.
Great. Go check the horses are ready.
I like
You're gonna
it.
take the old man into town. You take us too?
Why?
Well, what you got planned?
Nothing. We'll find something for y'all two to do. We always do. We're bored out of our minds.
Been cooped
They're
up
gonna
here
go
for 2
find
weeks
some
now.
hubbies,
Karen's
maybe.
about ready to murder Grimshaw.
Well, can Miss
Oh, she could
Grimshaw
have
spare
fun
you?
brooch in her hair. Or
Can Miss
clip, rather.
Grimshaw spare you? What's happened to you, Arthur? 3 young, healthy women want you to take them a robbing. You're worried about house chores.
Well,
Let's go.
someone's gotta do them.
Fair enough. You got me. Come on then.
Aw,
Can't believe we're going to see civilization. Feels like weeks since we did.
Yeah, Valentine.
oh, this
Very
is kind of
embodiment of
sweet.
civilization.
Just a little
It's a
excitement
bundle
after
Okay,
being
then.
holed up in the
Let's go.
mountain pass in the snow for so long.
All right. Out to the
I
trees
like
here
her.
and take a
Hi,
look.
Georgie. I'm well, thank you. I had a lovely morning off, and where I just got to kind of take it easy. I got a lot of stuff that I got to do, so I will catch up with that eventually. But it was just nice to kind of
That's a song.
have a little bit of relaxation. I don't think I've been doing very well at letting myself relax.
Go right here. It's quick.
Ooh. Why is the horse blue? Oh, that's cute. They're little, what do they call these kind of songs? Not like nursery rhymes. Like folk songs? Ooh, there's another lot of horses. Ooh. Yeah, I'm slowing down. They came to our head. That's fine. Let's go. Oh, gosh. Oh, no. What happened? Oh, are we going to learn? Oh, sorry.
Is one of you gonna get that fella's horse?
Yeah, we'll help out. We'll help out. I feel like this is...
Very serious.
The horses did not
Alright,
care
I
about
see what's
running into
going
that.
on.
I'm assuming this is where we learn how to lasso horses.
You all right there, friend?
Anyhow, so I'm well, Georgie. I hope you're well as well.
There, could you?
Hello.
I'd
Let's help
really
them.
appreciate the help.
course.
I'm worried this one here will bolt on me too if I leave him.
Yeah, you look after
Sure,
him.
no
Okay,
problem.
so let's go find the other one.
It's the white one over there.
I saw, that's okay. I'm not that blind. Although, now we have to find the other horsey. There they are. Okay, let's just go nice and slow. We don't want to spook them further than they already are. Horse. Agitated horses need to be calm before you approach them, so we learnt that briefly. When near, lock on with L2 and press square to calm it. But what if we study it first? Maybe we'll learn more if we study it first. Alright, it's a Shire.
Easy there, easy.
Hello.
Take it easy there.
You can do it, Arthur.
They're a little bit chill, more chill already. Once calmed, you'll be able to lead or ride the horse back to its owner. Okay, so I think that it's chill, it's happy. It's already a trained horse, so it shouldn't have needed too much. Let's give them a little pat. That is a massive horse, though. I don't think the horse that I was riding was this big. That is a proper workhorse for sure. I never tried stopping my wagon by rear-ending another wagon. Big brain idea. Thank you. I tried to press square to put the brakes on, and then I realized I have horses rather than a car. But I think the brakes would still be applicable by pulling back the reins.
You're a
But I
gentleman,
clearly
sir. A
was just
gentleman.
intuitively
No, not
pressing
really.
the brake
I was
button.
just trying to
And it
impress
did
the
not
women.
work. Ah,
Well, anyway,
hilarious!
thank
What a heartthrob! What a heartthrob! Hey, ladies, were you impressed? If I try and hop on this side, it's not gonna. It is gonna let me.
Come on, let's go.
Wow! Oh my gosh! Moment of
Turn into a
appreciation
regular
for the
fairy
game
godmother there,
devs
Arthur.
to
What's that
actually
supposed to
have
mean?
a
Means it got
mechanic
hard.
to have
A
him
small
step
one,
over.
perhaps, hidden deep
I know it
inside
is
the
such a
real life.
tiny
And you
detail,
haven't, your
but
pulse of a
what
blizzard.
attention
Blizzards
to
have
it!
hearts.
Well, Arthur, I'm proud of you.
To be honest, if
Oh,
I
no.
hadn't been here,
Oh no!
I probably would have robbed him.
Oh no!
Well, you did.
Oh no! Oh no!
Look, you lost one of the horses.
Oh no! Oh no! Yep, we've now got some issues with our ramming into the back of the wagon. This is gonna be the entirety of the stream now. Sorry. Oh, we could have gotten a deer instead. Hi there. Let's give him a. Do we have anything to feed them? I don't think we do. Come on, boy.
Easy there.
Can I? Why is it fleeing? I don't want it to flee. I want it to come back with me.
Okay, boy.
This is a disaster already. Hi, Sploosh.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay. Chill, chill, chill. Oh, this one's fast. My gosh. This one is speedy. Okay. Just hang out over here. What are we gonna do about this? Do I have to? How do I move my cart? This is a disaster. Do I have to reload?
I'm doing my part.
Hi, hello. Okay, well, I'm embarrassed now. I don't really know what to do. I don't know if it can, because it's not really somewhere that can back up. I cannot believe that this has happened already. That's cute. That's a good looking train, I'll tell you what. I'm sure that it's probably interactive as well. I cannot believe that this is the bloody beginning of my game. Just as I was admiring how they have organized some of the realism in this. Is there anything I can do?
Hey!
Is there anything I can do? If we try and go backwards, what happens? And now the other horse is going to run away. Okay, but at least this... Only I can fail the mission that is literally just riding into town.
Out through the trees here, then take a left.
The entire mission was just to ride into town. There's no combat, there's no death, and yet I still managed to fuck it up somehow. How? How is the real question? Sorry, I didn't realize that left had come up so early. Oh no, oh god. Yeah. Okay, let's try that again. The game is being very kind to me, nice and early. That was so embarrassing. Okay, let's run that back. We needed the mulligan for sure. Okay, so how do we break? How oops. Oh, that was cool. I think if I just hold off, I don't know. But we're not gonna break and hit the wagon, okay? Don't hit the wagon. Don't hitch a ride with me either. And let's make sure to not put the wagon on the train tracks, although there is a part of me. There is a sadistic part of me that really wants to see how that would play out.
Well, I got lumbago.
Like, you know, if we just...
All right, I'll see what's going on.
I'm sorry, I have to test...
Lumbago,
I have to
really?
test it. I have to test the game and how that works. I'm sorry, ladies. I just have to see how this game works. We gotta break it, okay? We gotta learn if I could actually figure this out. I'm sorry, ladies. We'll put the horsies off the tracks. They did nothing. Oh, no. Wrong. Do not force me off the tracks. We gotta do it. We gotta learn.
Help that poor man.
Oh, lumbago.
I will.
It's real serious. It can be
chill out.
deadly.
Just chill out. Just...
How about you, Arthur?
Look, we're
Do
just
I look
getting
like
sidetracked
I got the
already.
energy to waste
I
on
just
charity?
wanna see how the game
fool can
devs
get his own
developed
horse.
everything.
I don't believe you're quite that
I just
cold,
want to know
Mr.
what they
Arthur.
did.
Well, I'm colder than you realize. I feel
No.
bad I didn't rob and kill the bastard.
No, you
Very
bastards.
inspiring, Arthur.
You freaking bastards. Yes! Yes! Now we wait. Well, you know what we will do? We'll be a little bit cheeky. We'll do it. Where's the settings? We'll do a little... Nope, not that one. Was it story, was it? Story. Save game is... Wait! We can only automatically save? That's unfair. I feel like that is a bit of a missed opportunity. We can only
Whoa, easy.
autosave or manual save. I'm not so sure I like that.
Whoa, now, easy.
Anyway, I'm just learning how this game
You're
works.
okay.
Can't save during a mission, you say? Okay. Wait. Ah! Why are they so happy about it? We didn't fail because the train absolutely took out the wagon. That is the strongest wagon I've ever seen in my entire life. The wagon was not wrecked. The problem was that the horses ran off. We saw that, right? The only reason we failed is because the horses got escaped, not because the wagon was wrecked. Okay, so we can praise the realism in a lot of areas of this video game, but that... As if they didn't think someone would be sadistic enough to put the wagon in front of the train. That, in my opinion, is showing a complete lack of faith in our sadism, and that is so disappointing. Anyway. Third time's a charm. Let's actually work on the game, shall we? With how slow it was going, it was a pretty slow train, I guess. I'll give you that. I will give you that. I'm not familiar with a little thing called plot armor. Oh, I forgot that the turn is a lot sooner than I
Ladies,
remember.
that's a song.
The wagon was totally wrecked. Well, I feel a little bit drunk with the off-roading I'm doing, but nonetheless. I think it's too early for me to have a favorite character, admittedly. Hi, Iron Knuckles. We only just started for the first time. We've only had one episode that we've played, and today is the second attempt. And I've not even gotten past the camp yet in half an hour. But yes, the train was pretty slow. I just don't think that it would fly up like that. I think that the real thing is that I would have hoped that the ladies would have jumped out at least. That is the issue. Even if you don't think that the train could have wrecked the wagon, it's pretty hilarious. Oh, don't run into the wagon. It's pretty hilarious that no one cared to jump out of the way. I guess they were just so enamored with they're so enamored with watching Arthur that they couldn't even see a train was coming.
You all right there, friend?
Yes, I need to be a
you
game
couldn't help me get
tester,
my other horse back
exactly.
from over there,
Unleash me, damn it! Unleash me!
Sure, no problem.
All right, let's go help out.
It's the white one over there.
Okay, let's do this again. Horse Whisperer.
Whoa, now, easy.
We got it. That is a good-looking horse, though.
Whoa.
Yeah, I'm watching. And then we don't want to go behind the horse. That would be a disaster. Oop. That would have also been a disaster.
Okay.
Let's go. It's nice of it to let us jump on top as well. Okay. And now we can head into town right and proper. Here you go, sir. Your horsey is feeling okay again. Now give me some cash.
Here you go.
You're a gentleman,
Your
sir.
actions in the
A
world
gentleman.
impact your honor level and
not
change how
really.
people in the
I
world
was just
interact with you.
trying to
Positive
impress the women.
actions will make you more honorable. And there's honor mode unlocked. Okay. Well, they didn't give me anything when I put my horse wagon in front of the
You're
train.
turning into a regular old fairy godmother there.
What
Arthur.
was that doing for my honor level, you
You
know?
got a heart. A small one, perhaps, hidden deep inside, but a real one.
Okay, let's do this proper.
Blizzards have
There's
hearts.
another guy. So I
I'm proud of
suspect
you.
it would surprise me if not everything was able to be
probably would've
interacted
robbed him.
with. I feel like
Well, you did it.
there probably is the opportunity to go and chat to all of these people in the environment.
Sheep.
No, thank
Or
you.
is that uncle?
Good one, ladies. Good one.
This looks like a decent little town.
It does. It looks
Other
cute.
people. Finally. Look at all that snow.
They can
in the
go
mountains.
find someone to
Sure don't want to be
smooch.
back up there.
You think we should have asked Molly to come with us?
Axed.
Oh no, Miss O'Shea is far too high and mighty now for
Ooh,
the likes
okay.
of us. Or to do
Oh, a
any
doggy!
real work.
I want to go
She's
see
a
the doggy.
society lady now.
Oh,
Okay.
fancy.
Take a good look around, ladies.
Wait, right side of the road or left side of the road?
Go left here, down the main street.
Oh, man. Oh, this is so embarrassing. I was just trying to be on the correct side of the road. I guess they don't really worry about it. What a turning circle on this
Heaven
thing.
forbid you put your head on
Okay.
the line.
How good are they
That's a
at
young
making
man's game.
tracks?
Ooh, yes. We can get up to
Let
some
me have
mischief
a look.
here, all right.
Just remember, keep a low
Ooh,
profile.
pretty darn good.
you remember
Okay.
that, though,
Okay,
Probably
impressive.
not.
Impressive. I'll give them that. You can indeed make wagon tracks.
Let's park up down the end there, near the stable.
Yes, sir. Can do. Especially with a big yellow marker. I think we're too tall, though. Oh, don't run the dog over. That would be so embarrassing. Is that the same dog or just an identical
Here we
dog?
are, just like I said. The cultural center of civilization.
Cool.
Man at his finest.
Uncle,
Doggy,
what are we
doggy.
doing?
Well, we're gonna do what any self-respecting
Doggy.
maniac does.
Come back here.
Put the women to work.
With pleasure. The start of the saloon.
Okay, just stay out of trouble and don't get yourselves noticed.
Well, that's kind of the intention. That's why they wanted to come down here, you know?
Okay, well, we'll see you at the general store when you're done.
Come on, ladies.
Yeah, can I pet that dog?
Come on.
Okay, we'll meet up at the
So
general
that's how
store
you see
later.
yourself, is it? A maniac? Well, in my youth, I used to
Ooh,
be
one-shot
known as a-
kid. Well, that's probably what the ladies deemed you, am I right? Hi, little fella. Are you okay? What you sniffing for? What you finding? You're just looking for a place to pee, maybe? Okay, I'll leave you alone. On your best behavior? I just wanted to pet that dog.
Show you care. Come on, please, somebody.
Okay. I'm not gonna ask why.
You are a sad man, Arthur Morgan.
I think he's doing all
But I
right.
know you love me.
Donations
Desperately.
for the poor.
You're my favorite parasite.
Well,
No,
I would donate if I
Ringworm's
wasn't
my
locked
favorite
in
parasite. You're my second favorite parasite.
conversation.
Very funny.
I lied. Ringworm. Then
Hilarious
rats with the plague,
banter.
Then you.
That is preventing me from donating to the poor. Hello.
Please. Prove we ain't a land of
Oh, there we go.
savages.
Okay.
Prove we're here for each other.
Well, this is awkward.
Shut up. This is the place now. Come on.
I suppose we still have some linear story progression that we need to do before I'm allowed to go interact with the other NPCs. We'll be able to do that later, I assume, but for now, we simply must go to the store. Ooh, we got
So,
42 buckaroos. We're
Hell, a
rich.
drop of whiskey for a start. You know, something to pass the time while we're waiting on the women.
Okay, so
Always
I am
thinking
allowed to
ahead,
buy a
ain't you?
whole bunch of stuff.
Why don't you
Understood.
pick out a cigar? A cigar
Okay, and then we
always
can browse the
focuses mind,
catalog
I
by
find.
chatting to the
What do you say?
shopkeep.
Well, you seem a little scattered, Arthur. Trust
Always.
old uncle.
Always.
Stock list in the catalog here on
Buy
the
a
counter.
cigar.
Whiskey's on the top shelf.
Okay.
Here's the door.
I can do that. I feel like they were over here, right? Salmon? Maybe near the whiskey then?
You not getting anything, Arthur?
I don't know.
Ah, there we go.
Maybe.
Examine. Gimme, gimme, gimme. So, what's toggle view? Oh, okay. So,
So,
we can have a look.
You're actually buying for once? You
Just a
feeling all
simple
right?
cigar.
See this?
You know, we
Young
gotta
folk got no respect for their elders no
take
more.
some time after the big heist.
If you're done, I'll meet you outside. I won't be too long.
We're not gonna throw the coins at him. I guess we automatically did that. Okay. Meet outside. If he is going to shoot him, I'm gonna be really disappointed. Ooh, cinematic already! I say after all of the mess around.
Here's to your good health, my sir.
Thank you, Uncle.
It's a funny world, you know.
Indeed.
This
Hey,
time in my
look, she's
career,
already
I
found herself a
pictured myself
man.
being married to an heiress.
Ooh.
Gentlemen, I think I got something good.
What? What?
I snuck into this fancy house.
What?
Acted like
Why?
a servant girl. Usually works. Someone was saying her sister was
Damn.
taking a trip from New York or someplace. Train full of rich tourists heading to San Diego
Oh,
and
she
cruising off
wants
to
in on the
Brazil.
action.
Okay.
A train laden with baggage.
sounding
and
like Dutch
passing
already.
through a bit of deserted
This is the
country
problem
at
when we have
night.
leaders like
Has to get to the
Dutch.
docks in time for the tides.
When does it
in Some place
end?
called Scarlet Meadows.
Yeah, I know it. Yeah, it's right out near New Hanover. Wow, it's real quiet
When
out
does
there.
it end?
Good. Where's Tilly and Karen?
I think at the hotel. They were picking up some drunken fellas that they was gonna rob.
Why?
Seemed easy. They have been
They're
gone for quite a while.
I guess I'll go see if
Brutal.
there's any trouble.
I guess they're just doing what they
There's Tilly
can
over
to
there.
survive, hey?
That does not look ideal.
Nope.
Excuse me.
No, it does not.
You thought I wouldn't find you, Tilly?
Oh, he knows her.
Off me! Get off of me!
I've
Hey,
been
stranger.
looking too...
Get your hands off her, friend.
Who are you?
A friend of mine.
Get off
Yeah,
her.
you don't want to mess with me. I don't know how to use my
Well,
gun
what
properly.
exactly?
You'll never know what'll
I
happen.
want to find out.
You're making a big mistake, Tilly Jackson.
Just get lost.
Who do we think
I
that
ain't
is?
doing
I'm gonna
this.
say
Go away,
ex-husband
Bronco,
or
Mary Beth.
current
They're across
husband
the
because they
street.
didn't really get
Okay.
divorces at the time.
Thanks,
Hey.
Arthur.
Oh, sorry, lady, sorry. I won't ask no questions.
Uncle, look
But
after
still,
her. I'll
I
go see
am
about
suspicious.
Karen in the hotel.
Okay. Why, hello there. And then we have more people around. I'm assuming this is the hotel.
Boss is all out of his daddy's
Can I help you,
money.
sir?
I'm just looking for my friend. Question.
I heard what you heard.
I'm looking for a girl who came in here earlier with a drunk fella.
That's probably a
Mid-twenties,
lot of
blonde.
people
You'd
that
remember
is
her.
a
Yeah, they're in 2B
terrible
upstairs.
question.
Are you a friend of his?
A friend of hers.
I don't know if I really want to intervene. I feel like she could probably handle herself. I also don't like the music change.
No
How
trouble
ominous.
now, please.
Yes, sir. I'm just trying to get a move on. I don't think this is a good idea. This is the kind of linear okay, never mind. Paid for? Did she pretend she was a prostitute, I guess?
Hey,
Hey, you!
a friend of hers.
Get out of here, buddy. I paid.
Did
They
you?
paid to hit her, you goddamn animal.
Oh, yeah, we get to punch. Oh, punch.
I paid.
Punch. Punch. Punch.
I paid for nothing. Think
Punch.
you two could stand me?
No! No, 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 no. How did I do that? Where's all the buttons? I don't know how I pulled that out. Okay, there we go. Okay. No, I don't want to pull. No, I don't want to stab. I don't want to stab. Stop. I don't want to stab. Okay. I don't want to stab. I don't know how to put it away. Why did it keep pulling the knife out? I don't understand. I don't want to stab him. I just wanted to knock his lights out. Okay.
A friend of hers.
Get out of here.
Okay,
buddy.
let's try that
They paid to
again.
hit her, you goddamn
That's
animal.
not a knife. Okay. I'm pushing
I paid for
buttons.
nothing.
And then I pull this out.
Think you two could stand
And-
me?
And then it's a knife. Where's the why can't I get the
What the hell are you doing here?
Trying to play him? Not very well.
You okay?
Fine.
You sure?
Yeah. Nothing to worry about. Just men. But stupid
I was
bastard.
trying to
Stupid
bring up my
bastard was boasting
equipment
about the bank.
wheel. I thought that this
Bank?
button was
Sure,
the
I know, small
equipment
town.
wheel.
Banks are usually a waste of time, but this is Docktown. There's lots of cash sometimes.
Okay. Keep investigating.
I will.
Grr. Why? Ah! Oh well, we shall live with the consequences. I won't worry no. I'm holding this button. There's items. I'm holding this button. I thought that it was... Where's the wheel? I'm literally holding all of the buttons. Then we got the journal. didn't teach you how to rough someone up in the first chapter at the house in the snow would have been a great opportunity. Hilarious. Hilarious. What have I gotten so wrong? Oops, not horse. It automatically went to the lower one instead of the upper one. In situations where it's not polite or possible to carry a gun, you can always use your fists. Find various knives and hatchets in the world which can give you an edge. Yes. Can customize weapons. Dead eye. Lasso. I swear I was trying to bring up the weapons section. Where's just the this is how you bring it up. Items. That's what I was pushing! Look! L1. This is actual items, not the weapons. There's dead eye. I'm really annoyed. What was I getting so wrong? Hold L1 to open the weapon wheel. Use R to select the... So... Did I have to stab him? I feel like... To fistfight in Red Dead, unequip all weapons. But that's the thing is, I was holding all of the buttons. I guess the wrong buttons. That's so annoying. Oh well. I guess we are a hardened criminal. I hear someone else yelling. It was probably required. I'm not so sure because it came up with that whole interaction where it was showing the fisticuffs. So I don't think you had to stab him. But we live with our... Oh, okay, you tapping. I heard someone saying get out. Oh, I guess they're locked outside. That's okay.
I hope everything's okay up there.
After you.
Yep. Can we, like, pay him or something for the troubles? Can we pay him?
This isn't one of those ladies first situations.
I just want to give him some money.
Thank you, Arthur. I don't much like being saved
I do feel shame.
You okay? Sure. He only punched me. Arthur did a lot worse to him.
All right, then.
Hey,
Yep.
who's that guy
That's
over
okay.
there looking
We'll
at us?
leave it there.
Weren't you in Blackwater a few weeks back?
Me?
No.
No, sir. Ain't from there.
Oh, you were. Well, I definitely saw you with a bunch of fellers.
Oh,
Me?
no.
Impossible. Listen, buddy, come here for a minute.
I saw you.
Come here.
Come on.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
I don't like this. Me neither. Go get the girls home. I'm gonna go have a word with our
Oh,
friend.
whose horse
Be
is
careful,
this?
Arthur.
Just a word.
Did we just take another person's horse? Yep.
Just
There it is.
Stay away from me.
Get back here right now.
Detour? Oh yeah, I saw him go through the barn. We'll just go a long way around and hopefully we can catch up with this speedy horse. Okay, so the map is being very kind to us to show which direction they went at least. Oh. Why are they running now? Ah, yeah, I see them just slightly to the left. Our horse that we stole is fast, though. Oh, gosh. Ah!
Mister, please.
What happened? His horse also wanted me to catch up, I suppose. Hello? Oh, hello.
Someone.
Hi there. Your actions in the world
Why are you
impact your
telling
honor
lies
level.
about me?
The warning.
No. I got it wrong, partner. I got it very wrong. Now, please help me up.
I ain't never been in Blackwater.
Then why are you chasing me?
I've got
Just to
an
remind
unfortunate
ya.
face.
Yes, me too. Now, please, pull
I wonder
me
how
up.
long he can
Please.
hold himself for.
I made a mistake. I'm sorry.
Well, I suppose it's good for you to remember about that mistake then.
Please. I can't. Oh, shit.
Yeah.
It's a lovely day, isn't it? It's a lovely day.
Hi.
Hey, my horse!
Oh, yes.
Am I glad to see you?
Where is the guy? Your horse is excellent. Where is the guy whose horse this belongs to? You can return the horse to its owner to gain honor. Alrighty. So the stable was where we parked.
Here's your horseback,
Oh,
friend.
here we go.
Oh, you really were just
I was. Thank
Appreciate
you.
it.
Thank you. Unfortunately, the guy who ran off, you know, he got bucked from his horse. Maybe I should go get his horse. No, it's fine. Okay, let's go back to our friends, shall we?
Give me something.
We've already done enough. Mission flips covering a large area have to be searched to find your companion's location. Gotcha. Okay, so now we just gotta return to our friends. Hey, Michael. I assume that we just go in here, right? They've just kind of migrated to the saloon. How exciting! It can't be a western without a saloon. Hey, look, everyone is being married.
Arthur, come here. Come over here. I want you to meet our friends.
Pleased to meet you.
Well, ain't you just the toughest tick mountain?
There are a lot of
Oh,
friends
you be
in
quiet,
this
Anastasia.
little scene
Anyone
here.
can tell this one is a pussy cat.
Exactly. Ow.
Yes, she's a pussy cat. Ain't that so, Arthur?
Whatever you say. How much you cost, anyway?
Well, ain't that a nice way to talk to a
Well, we're
lady?
just getting down to
I didn't know I was
business.
talking to a lady.
Excuse me.
Well, I must say, you got a fine way with the women, amigo.
He does
Yeah,
indeed.
regular dandy and a charmer. Where's Bill?
Oh, man. I dread to think about it.
Okay, so we got some new friends that we've encountered.
Are you about to kiss that guy or punch him?
Oh! Wait, why did you just randomly hit someone else? No, I don't. I didn't. No, I don't want to get involved in this. Let me just leave. I just want to leave. Oh my God! Just let me leave for freaking sake. Oh, I just want to leave. I don't want to fight. I don't want to pull a knife. See, look, this is holding L1. So I will admit I wasn't doing that last time, but I don't want to now. I'm so sick of this. I'm so sick of this. I just want to leave. I don't want to fight. And why can't I fight? It said to throw and it's not throwing. I'm literally pushing all of the buttons. Okay, look, we've at least got this going on. Okay, there we go. Finally, we've got the right button coming out. I'm gonna get my hat back.
You wish you never stepped foot Valentine.
I'm just gonna get out of here. Why would I help them defeat the brawlers? This was not a part of them to get involved in. That's so annoying. I don't want to be a part of this brawl. Look, they're fine. It was the guy's fault that they decided to start hitting a random person over the head. I am pressing R2. everything.
Greaser.
That's it!
Okay.
Get the hell off!
Hey, Yay! I'm tapping. Okay. And now we gotta get this guy, I guess. Wait, did that say swap? Swap. Oh, no. Give me my hat back. I don't care about that hat. I want my original hat. I'm getting there. And so this is the other problem, is that in the encounter in the hotel, I pressed R2, which I thought I would need to, and it pulled out a knife when I didn't want to.
Pretty boy, you're kidding me.
And so I will say that I am getting, that kind of stuff does frustrate me. Like, I can understand a blunder, but why is it that I am punching now, but I was pulling out a knife before? Like, I don't understand, unless it was trying to get me to stab him. But then please explain that.
Big boy.
Okay.
I got this.
Let's get going. Or not. Okay. Let's get into it. I think I am frustrated because I feel like there is this impression that it's, or maybe it's this false impression that I should be able to do what I want, but then at the same time, it's been linear, or maybe I am misunderstanding something. And then I've got, like, why is it not blocking now? Am I really getting the controls that false? Am I really forgetting? I've not played GTA, no. I've not played GTA. But then again, if there is a reliance on playing another game to make this one work, I'm not so happy about that either. It'll feel natural in time, you reckon? It's not so, I guess there is the aspect of feeling natural, but it's also, I think I'm making incorrect assumptions about choice. There's maybe feeling like a little less choice than I thought there would be. Maybe that comes later. I'm not getting enjoyment out of wailing on this person.
Please,
Thank you.
I beg you, stop. Come, sir. You won the fight already. Surely that's enough.
What business is it of yours?
No business. No business, sir, but please, I beg you.
All right. See, with the guy that I let just fall, that was a choice. This isn't a choice.
Making new friends
And
again,
I think
see,
that
Arthur.
is making me struggle with
Look who we
understanding
found,
what
about.
type of game this is early on.
Trelawney. The very same. Well,
In between
I
your
thought you'd
free
gone
year,
to
I
New
think.
York.
And miss all this glamour. You must be joking.
Is this the guy going
How
to
are
New
you?
York?
Well,
With the
quite well
tourists.
indeed. I went to Blackwater looking for you, gentlemen. You're not
I
very
was never
popular
in
there, it
Blackwater.
seems. Ah.
So I guess this is an example
Javier
of how it was
and
linear because they
Charles.
want to have
I've
this
missed
cinematic
you.
interaction.
And Bill looking as well as can be.
And so I think that's
Gentlemen,
what I'm not understanding and where I'm
always
missing
a
is
pleasure.
You're right.
when
we ain't
is
too popular
when
in
am I allowed to
Blackwater.
do my
We
own
left
thing?
a
When
lot
am
of
I
money
allowed to
there.
have
And
make
young
choices
Sean,
that
it seems.
and when am I not
found
allowed to
him.
make choices?
Yes, I have. He's being held by some bounty hunters, trying to see how much money the government will pay them.
See,
I
but I
know he's in
understand
Blackwater, but
railroading
there's
to an
talk of them
extent.
moving.
Well, if we step foot in Blackwater.
But I feel like it hasn't felt very
Well, then
obvious
we're
of
dead men for
when
sure.
it is railroading and
There'll
when
be
it is
Pinkertons
not.
all over the place, but if he's alive, we gotta try.
Of course.
It's you they want, Dutch.
Always is.
Indeed.
Charles, go find out what you can, carefully. Josiah, take Javier. Arthur, go get yourself cleaned up.
Yes,
Join
sir.
them when you're ready.
Well, what about me?
Well, exactly. What about you?
What does that mean?
Oh, Bill, come on.
Yes, that was definitely the thing that would help him get clean. When you're not in an active mission, you can do what you like. When you are, you have to do what the mission demands. But I think that's what I mean. Is I'm not saying I don't understand that concept. I'm saying I'm struggling with understanding what is and is not a mandatory part of the mission. So for example, that guy who's like, you're never in Blackwater, it feels like, okay, well, obviously we go and chase this guy, and now I have this choice on whether to help him or walk away from him. And now I've walked him into a bar, and it has decided for me on what to do, and it's this misunderstanding of when it is a mandatory thing to do and when it is not. And so stabbing that guy, I still don't know if that was a part of the game or if I accidentally messed something up. And like I said, I'm okay living with that, but but stuff like this where now I'm like, well, I don't want to necessarily get in this punch up, but I'm being forced to, but I wasn't being forced. It's just, I am struggling with finding where that following is, I suppose. It feels organic to me. I just do what I do until I see a mission failed. Hilarious. But I think maybe that's where I'm falling into a trap of I just wanted to step out of that, and perhaps the game devs were not expecting that kind of choice. So perhaps I need to recognize that there is not as much choice as I thought there might be. It does take some time through the story before you get the freedom to ignore them.
You got no other place to be.
Mission is done. Now it's your own time to decide what to do next. Cutscenes are a good indication that it's story. Yes, I understand that. I think it was just like I said, it's not a good or bad thing. It's just something that I personally am struggling with. And this is as someone who, I guess the type of role-playing games that I have played, I feel like that freedom is more obvious, perhaps. And by no means am I putting that on the game at all. I am just explaining why I am struggling with it. I don't think that is it is necessarily indicative of... Oh, I've lost my hat. We'll have to find a new hat. It's not indicative of the... What is this? Game necessarily. It's just why I'm getting frustrated. That's more what the rant is about. Is it's trying to do this more of an explanation of why I'm frustrated because of me. Forgot how good the graphics were. Yeah, it is very, very pretty. I will say that. So let's go to this waypoint and see who the stranger is, I suppose. So you wouldn't call this a role-playing game? I suppose so. It's more of a story game, so yeah, that's probably all there is to it. I think the confusion I have is like knowing how many people can go do side quests. When I think about side quests, I think about like a open world role-playing game, and maybe that's where I have to remove my expectations. Hello.
Come on, mister.
Let's get out of here.
Excuse.
Let's see.
I am gloriously fuddled now.
I feel like we can just leave them to their drugs. I don't think that's something we have to intervene with. And now we have a different stranger. I'm happy to leave those guys to it. Oh! Oatmeal. I like
Come
my
on,
oatmeal
sir.
cakes.
Try to remember what really happened at Sylvia's Saloon back in '76.
Just a lot
What's
of
this journalist doing?
Just a lot of bunk.
It's not
Can I sit
bunk,
down?
Mr. Calloway, sir. It's
I kind of
history.
just want to let them
Ancient
do their
history,
thing.
done and dusted.
Who's your friend there?
Put that in your fucking book, Plato.
This is Jim Boy Calloway.
Calloway.
The Jim Boy Calloway.
Who?
The gunslinger. Fastest left-handed draw that ever drew breath. He once killed 14 men in a fight at Lucy Hollow.
What are you waiting for?
How do you mean?
Well, I reckon right now, kill him yourself.
I don't want to kill him. I want to deify him. He's a god. I'm trying to write his
that's fun.
biography.
And how's that going?
I think
Especially
I
in
prefer
his
the
drunken
duel.
stupor.
Either I'd kill him and be able to be Baltimore's finest ever gunslinger, or he'd kill me and I could be set free from ever having to speak to him again.
Well, you're starting to
Well,
understand
how are we
something
gonna
very
intervene with
important.
this?
What's that?
The joys of gunslinging.
Maybe we can teach him a thing or
freedom
two.
or glory.
That's
Don't
brilliant.
just give out
I'm
your
gonna write that
coinage
down,
willy-nilly.
if I may.
Be my guest.
What's your name?
I don't have a name.
But
Wow,
you are
what a
gunslinger.
badass.
Not really. I mean, folks who need shooting, I try and shoot in the back. All that other stuff, it's, well, bunk.
But you fought duels.
Once upon a time, I may have.
And you ain't
Damn.
interested in fame.
I don't think so.
Strange. But
Are
you
we gonna
like
become
fortune.
his new
I
idol?
need money, sure.
Okay. Then forgive me, mister, if I seem a little desperate. I am a little desperate. This
I
book,
gotcha.
I've got to make a thing of it. And, well, there's a whole list of gunfighters. Legends.
I don't want
every
to have to
last
get
one.
into gunslinger. I
Emmett
guess I don't have
Granger.
to.
Flaco Hernandez.
Are we just gonna
Billy
find them, or are we
Midnight.
gonna kill them
Black Bell.
if we
Never
follow
heard of
this?
Maybe you can go and
I like that
speak
they
to
put a
them.
lady in
Ask
there.
them
That's
about
cute.
Calloway. Any of them get uppity, shoot them.
What?
I can't believe I just said that, but
You want me to go and find some sad, deluded fools like him, ask if he was the greatest, and then if they get uppity, shoot him?
does sound
That
a lot
is what
worse
he
than it
said.
did in my head.
How much you paying?
Well, a lot. Half the proceeds of the book, if you help me get it written.
I'll see what I can do.
I
Get photos.
don't know if I
Okay.
photos.
And there are notes on the back of those portraits that should lead you to him.
I'll see what I can find
That
out.
is
I imagine you'll be
mighty
stuck here upon your return.
trusting
Here
to
are
just
some
give
other
this guy
flophouse.
some camera. They would not have been cheap. Okay. So now we have a side quest, I guess. So this can be basically, this is about Belle. Last reported sighting in Blue Water Marsh. And so I'm assuming marked on the map with BB? Nobody steals in the Wild West. What if they shoot you? Surely not. So then, index. These are... So I suppose I have to look at all the photos to now be able to find their location. So that is where Black Bell would be. If I go through all the photos, then it will show me where all the rest are. Got it! I will probably just hold on to those in the meantime. But how would one... I really think that I would have... I really think that I would have preferred to play this on mouse and keyboard. Something about the controls is just not sticking in my mind. I don't really understand why I can open my weapons now, but maybe I couldn't when I was inside. Is it just that I'm still early days? How do I put this away now? I guess like this. And see, this is my point. Why when I am now putting my fisticuffs on, you clearly saw this. Why is it now that I am shooting?
Hands up, asswipe.
It's
Let's go.
it's just causing some frustrations. I don't know if it's like a reflection of reflection of me. I don't know what it is, but it is like because I haven't heard anyone complain about these things, but I also know that I want to think about things where other people maybe just take the time to figure it out. I don't know. Like I'm feeling a little bit like, I don't know if it's embarrassed or like I'm doing something wrong. I think I'm getting a little bit frustrated because I feel like I'm doing something wrong and it's like causing some insecurities. But then at the same time, there feels like so many inconsistencies with what's happened in such a short period of time. And that's what's causing me frustration, I suppose. The frustration of not understanding why it works in one way in some areas and others in and a different way in other areas. Yeah, and that's the thing, Thief Stalker, is clearly it's not just me who accidentally shoots people, and so that shows that there is a lack of maybe intuition or something that's not quite seamless with the controls. Okay, so it costs us money if we get revived by the looks of it. Is that correct? Okay, so what I'm gonna do in that case is I think that I will head back to the camp. Is there anything that does like fast travel? It's okay if not. I'm just checking if there is fast travel. You had no issues? I know it's not just me who does accidents. But I do feel like I'm trying to follow the rules, or maybe I'm testing the controls in the wrong areas. Yeah, I can just feel that I am getting confused, and that confusion is making me frustrated. Where are the stables? See, in terms of like not finding an area, I'm absolutely happy to put that on me. And see, Schmick, you saying a horse punch counter, this is why, and saying this is why, that to me shows that it is not a me thing. That shows that it is a commonplace thing. And so I think that the gunplay has been fun. Ah, there we go. Oh, that's right. How do we do the whistling? I think that was down. Was it not? Compass. That is the map. Jim Calloway, these are our logs. So that's the satchel. That's crouching. There we go, thank you. I was pushing all... Oh, it's tap, not hold. I was holding everything rather than tapping. Thank you. Good afternoon, Full Truth. You have to do upgrades at camp to unlock fast travel. That's fine. Thank you so much. Okay, let's head back to camp.
Wow, boy.
I don't know how much... and I don't know if it's that I'm too literal with things. Like, how is my horse here? There is no sense for my horse to be here because we took the wagon. Did everyone head back? Am I missing something? I feel like my immersion is getting a little bit broken, maybe. Ooh, let's maybe not go over the bridge. And I know a lot of people have a lot of love for this game, so I think that that's where some of my insecurities are coming out as well, where I'm like, am I missing something? Do people just accept some of this as a part of the game? Why should I accept this as a part of the game? Anyway, I will head back to camp. I'll and then make some decisions from there. Because I can understand that it could be a really great story. But I do find sometimes when people tout things as being amazing stories and I don't hear as much about the actual gameplay of a game, I think it would just give me better expectations going in, maybe. Did you call it at the beginning of the mission? Most of the time, if you leave the horse behind, it won't be near you. No, because I took the wagon in from the camp, so I shouldn't have played with the horse.
Who goes
There are a
there?
lot of options. Oh, hi. There are a lot of options they can press into being able to use on a controller. I do not think you'll feel better on keyboard and mouse as it's part of the
Look
console.
what the cat dragged in.
Hello.
Why are you always under my feet, Williamson?
Oh, okay. Bill is a part of our scout team, I suppose.
All right, boy.
There's a learning curve. Okay. I guess. Yeah, it's just kind of part of the stuff, like I said, where maybe I'm struggling with the expectations. I don't know where the expectations have come from. Yeah, maybe just the lack of talking about it, where everyone's like, oh my god, this is such an amazing game. Do they mean it's an amazing game, or do they mean it's an amazing story? Because those, again, two different things. And then again, I think some of my insecurities are coming from those expectations, because I'm feeling like, well, I haven't necessarily seen those elements yet. Do I just stick it out? And then having to make that decision on whether or not I stick it out. You know what I mean? Okay, that's hunting. I don't feel like doing hunting. It'll follow you around even if you're on your wagon. Okay, if you press up on the D-pad at any point, the horse will follow you regardless. So I never pressed up, but I'm assuming that, like you say, it's just followed in general. Once you get used to it... All right. I guess I'm just not a big fan of that kind of mentality of the, like, you know, it'll be okay once you get used to it. But I will endure. I'll go chat to Kieran and see what they want. Hello
When's
there.
this going to end?
Okay, I don't actually want to talk to you. You can just stay hanging out there for now. Who else can we talk to on the map? If you're new to Rockstar Games, it does definitely take a while. Yes, I am absolutely brand new to Rockstar Games. Oops. Ah! Okay, see, stuff like that where I've exited out of the map, that's just me being a silly Billy. That is fine. Leopold Strauss is just a little bit further ahead by the looks of it. You can rebind the controls. I will consider this. But I guess if everyone's saying that one just gets used to it, then I will try and get used to it. Okay.
Herr Morgan!
Hello!
Herr Morgan!
Mr. Strauss?
You busy, my friend?
No, we can
Why?
chat.
I'll cut you in.
Loaning. Already?
You know how it is. People is happy to borrow off someone like me, but more enthusiastic paying back to someone like you.
Of course. Who are they?
Let me
That's
see.
fun. That's a really
Chip
fun little
Matthews
line. I like
works
that.
at Guthrie Farm. He's a hand, I believe. Mr. Roble, the small holder at Painted
You're doing the
Sky,
horsey
runs
simulator,
the
that's cute.
operations there, badly. Miss Lily Millet is a ranch maid up at Emerald Ranch.
Here
Okay,
was
so
me
they all owe
believing
money.
Dutch's bluster about us helping folk.
It's legal work, Mr. Morgan. Debtors belong in prison. We are doing them a favor.
I'll make sure they see it in them terms.
Yep, I feel like
Put
this
the
makes
debts in the
sense.
deed box and try not to kill them. It's very bad for business.
Yes, sir. Okay, so this is our satchel where we can... Yeah, so those are the photographs that we can get. These are a pamphlet recipe on how to create stuff in general. That's good to know. And then these are the debtors. That's so cute, Thief Stalker. I think the Mass World gameplay and story are all well. You're very early on, it takes time, but I'm sure by the time you watch some cutscenes and learn some of your characters, you'll be hooked. The characters are beautiful and compelling, some of the best writing, and I always enjoy the controls in the gameplay. I do have a lot of opinions on this, and I don't know. I think I'm in more of a minority in this case. I think that there can be amazing stories without it necessarily being a great game. And so, for example, a lot of people tout The Last of Us as an incredible game, but I actually think they say that what they actually mean is that it's a really great story. An interactive story. I am someone, I guess, who grew up on a lot more game first, story secondary. So I'm talking platformers, and yes, platformers can have very rich stories. But I do think that there is this move to story first, game second element. And I'm not saying this is this game. I'm just talking about the concept in general. I think that story-first games like The Last of Us do mean that they can attract a wider net of audience. But I suppose some of my frustrations can come from me wanting to play a game rather than play a story. And so, although this can be an incredible story, and I am absolutely willing to see it out unless it becomes, unless I'm not having fun from a game perspective. It's still that understanding of having fun gameplay elements as well. And I agree this bus as well is I said this literally this is only my second session. The first session that I played, I can understand why people would refund this game. It's an incredibly slow burn, but the first chapter, I was intrigued by the story. I was curious where this would lead. I was joking about all of the names, who those people are, how these people are going to interact. It's got a whole lot of breadcrumbs, and I was willing to scoop up the breadcrumbs. This now is kind of still in this in-between maybe of having the open world, but and like I said, I can admit that maybe I'm struggling to find the pace. And so yes, I will stick it out for longer to see if I can find my pace within this. But I am recognizing that as someone who is playing this and live streaming this, that a lot of the things that a lot of the hurdles that I am going to run into are being live streamed, are being able to be viewed. And so all I can do is express exactly how I'm feeling in the moment. And, you know, maybe I'll play this for another 30 hours and I'm like, gosh, I'm so glad that I got over those hurdles. But I think that the reason why I am playing this game in the first place is because of how highly people speak about it. And that's why I've continued to give it a go. And I think the problem I have with that is that the same people who have said it have not expressed the criticisms. And so the expectations, I suppose, were not set very clearly, perhaps. And so I am simply expressing my very real opinions in the moment, but I can recognize that those can change. Sometimes the writing sells. Everyone is entitled to their opinion. I believe story first is important because even if the gameplay is good, no one wants to play something that doesn't make sense. I disagree because if you look at early arcade games, where the inception of gameplay is, it's about having good gameplay rather than a story. Like Mario, for example, the whole story was just get the princess. There wasn't anything deep, but people would continue to play that and spend so many of their tokens just because they enjoyed the game. I think that nowadays we can have both elements, and that's a beautiful thing. But it is, I guess for me, you can have a phenomenal story in the form of a book, in the form of a movie. And so what is the purpose of having it as a game? But like I said, it's still early days. Maybe I do have to get used to it. I'm not a big fan of accepting, I guess, that sometimes we might just punch a horse because of how a lot of people have that experience, I suppose. It doesn't feel like super acceptable, but who knows? Maybe after today I will be more understanding of the mechanics. I think the strongest point of this game is the world and the immersiveness. The story is great, but it's mainly the world and how interactable it is without being an RPG in the traditional sense. And so this is the other thing, is I'm playing it more as an RPG in a traditional sense, and I need to remove myself. It was big in role-playing community and online. Okay, you can do whatever you want in this game, but I guess that is the problem I'm having. I can't do whatever I want. I wanted to leave the saloon. I wanted to exit that area, and I couldn't. And so that's where I disagree, is that you can't do whatever, because there are aspects where you have to be railroaded. And that's okay. It's just when you're being told you can do anything, and then within a few hours I can't do one thing, which I think is as simple as walk out of the saloon, I disagree. And so that's where I'm struggling, because I'm like, well, can I do anything, or can I not, or am I being railroaded? And figuring out where those go. Yes, I tried to walk out of the saloon, Nine Fox, when the first fight broke out, before the guy walked down the stairs. I tried to walk out of the saloon, and it didn't let me walk out of the saloon. For me, I've played Rockstar games since the PS3 came out, so I love how the game's control. The open world functions are ingrained into me, so it's nothing I think about. Interesting to see a fresh perspective. And maybe that's it, is that people are used to these things where I'm not, and I think that's it. Yeah, it's not a good thing. It's not a good thing or a bad thing. It's just something I haven't heard people talk about. And I know that I've been frustrated over some of these controls, but I don't want that to be a reflection of the game in particular. It is a reflection of people not speaking about these things. And like you say, I think you phrased it really well, and I really appreciate the recognition of what I'm saying without dismissing it. It's exactly that. I think this is a fresh perspective rather than it being like a reflection of the game or a...
Knock, knock, Mr. Robe.
Anyway.
No, przepraszam, co pan robi w moim domu?
Oh, he's Polish.
God damn it.
I'll read this in a second, Bus. I just want to see what this guy is saying. Hi there.
English? Speak English?
Me, Silesia.
Yeah, good for you.
Silesia.
I'm here for money. You borrow from
okay, let's get
German
this
man?
money from this.
German. Mein Herr, sprechen das Kaiserreich.
I don't speak German, man. I'm here for money. Money that you borrowed from Leopold Strauss.
Leopold Strauss.
Yeah, you know that name.
So it's time to pay. Where is it?
Well, no, have nothing. It's very bad winter.
We've all had a bad winter, pal. Where is it?
Oh, no. No, nie.
Okay, let's threaten.
Now, you remember where you're keeping that silver?
Potrzebuję trochę czasu. Znajdę ci pieniądze.
But I want it now.
Still don't understand you.
Let's give him a punch. Try again.
Where is
Come on.
the money? Go.
Anything.
Dollar.
Literally anything.
I have nothing.
See, this is an example of something that's more immersive. It's like, okay, well, I understand we need to get the money out of him, so we can choose whether we keep on slogging on him. If we want to pull out.
No, please no.
If we want to pull this out.
Money, but I have this.
Okay, let's see it. Let's see it.
It's good. It's valuable. It's Warsaw, yes.
Warsaw.
I have your things. Okay?
Okay, if he pulls out a gun, I'm
Anything
not going to be
in
impressed.
here or out there?
I'm not going to be a happy person.
Yes.
Look in the house. Okay, see, I don't like how he's on there. I don't like how he's on there. Okay, so I would like to showcase that I have now selected my fist, okay? The button to attack is circle or R2. R2 is for guns, circle is for punching. Am I about to punch? Why can I not punch in the air right now? If I press R2, why does it pull out the gun? When in the town, we had two different scenarios with these mechanics.
Something somewhere.
And so these are the things that I am confused about, because I feel like I have learnt the controls, but maybe I haven't.
What do we have here?
Okay, we got a wedding ring.
Just keep quiet.
What else do we have? We got nothing in there by the looks of it. What else do we have here? See, I still don't like walking away, because I feel like that is far too much opportunity for him to go get his own weapon or similar. Not can't open this one. Closet, that looks like maybe up there? That looks like something up there. Hi, squid. Okay, I don't seem to be able to see this one up there. You can't punch air. Circle is your melee button. Triggers are shooting buttons. Okay, so then how come I pulled out a knife when I was brawling with the because knife would be melee, right? So that the knife when I was brawling when getting, was it Karen? Yeah. I can understand that as a mistake. But I'm just trying to understand what control I got incorrect that made me knife someone instead of punch someone. So maybe I pressed, because I know I pressed R2 and he pulled out a knife rather than punch, and in that case I should have pressed circle. I can recognize that.
Yes.
But why did he pull out a knife in that regard rather than a gun? Arthur isn't supposed to kill anyone recklessly, like with a gun being loud, but he's still killed. And so that's the thing, is I'm not asking as like a, see, it shouldn't be like this. I'm just trying to understand the differences between it so that I can make sure not to do those mistakes in the future. It was noisy, drawn attention. Yeah, unlike brawling. Unlike brawling, am I right? Okay. So I can, in that case, I can definitely understand I pushed the wrong button, which is R2 instead of circle. Oops. But I'm just trying to understand the differences. Yes, exactly, Thief Stalker. I think this is also a very important thing. But by the same regard, I do think that this game is one that you have to go through the learning curve, which is what I'm trying to do. Fine brandy.
Okay.
But I'm just, yeah, just trying to understand the learning curve nice and early. Ooh, you even got some candy out of this. You picked up coffee brew at your camp. Alrighty, alrighty. Do we have anything else that we can grab? He's been pretty chill about letting us have stuff. Leave the house. Okay. So we've just taken a few things.
To zabrałeś już prymitywnie, idź Jestem zrujnowany.
Well, you should have paid back then. You should have paid it back. Oh, we'll take your ciggies as well.
Ja cię knę, ty Leopoldzie Strausie.
Alright, see you later, bud. See you later. You can take his horse. That's extra cruel. I like your thinking, but I shall not take his horse. I will take my own horse. Brawling are just boys having fun. I suppose that was part and parcel of the day, hey? Horsey. Hello there. Yeah, I'm not taking his horse. We might be cruel, but we're not that cruel. Okay, let's go back to Herr Strauss. I think that we'll see what he has to say. I think I'll take a little pause just to wrap up some of my thoughts as well. And then we can decide whether I want to continue on today or just have like a little breathe-in room. Because that's the thing is, I can recognize that I have been frustrated while not letting that affect how the rest of the game can play. And I don't necessarily want my feelings in the moment to what did I get a bounty for? Oh well.
That's exactly what I've been looking for.
I don't know if it's because I scared away the bounty, maybe? What's this then?
Oh yeah.
Shooting up the town. That was from that in New Hanover?
Well, hey there, partner. Come take a look at this.
Okay.
Look at
Your
this,
horsey
my
looks
friend.
cool with all of its herbs.
Tobacco.
Ah.
Nature's gift to us all. Focuses the mind
Ooh,
like nothing else.
That would have hurt.
Whatever you say.
Well, I say, why buy it off the shelves when you can make your own?
Neat. Can I say hi other than aiming my weapon?
Well, plenty left here if you're interested. I'd best keep
he's
moving.
cute. Okie dokie. Well, I guess I'll take one as well. Oh, that's cute, the stalker. That's very cute. Oh, it's a good horsey, is it? But yes, I do understand. So, Bus, I am going to read your messages because I know you had commentary on something a little bit larger. So don't get me wrong. That's also why I'm going to go back to the camp and then I can read them properly. So I will cover the explanation as well. But I know you said something earlier that is no longer on my screen. So that's why I thought I'd have a little breather at the camp. And then I can, and then we can kind of wrap up those thoughts. It's just me, buddy. That we can wrap up those thoughts, assess how I'm feeling, recognize if I want to continue today or leave off today, and just kind of let those frustrations pass. And then that way I can come in tomorrow with new expectations, and maybe that will make it me enjoy it more tomorrow, because like I have a little bit more of an understanding of what I'm looking at or looking for. But we will start with dropping off all of the stuff, right? Okay, so I thought that I would chat to Herr Strauss about it. Ah, yes, there we go. So we can just donate the stuff we collected. No, not at all. We're just discussing about the game. That's all. And then can I contribute just extra in general? Use the ledger to purchase a camp upgrade. I do like the idea of upgrading as well. That's kind of cute. Okay, so these are the things we took. It looks like we gave the wedding ring already as a part of it, but then some of the other stuff we can additionally donate. I feel like would probably be better off actually selling these, maybe. This is more of a I will hold on to these to understand how the world works. So I could donate this pendant necklace, which we got from the cabin, I believe it was. I don't think that was from the Polish man. So that's worth $8. I'll compare how it is selling in town. I'll learn how that kind of mechanic works. Doesn't look like we can donate anything else. Giving money. Oh yeah, so there it is. Donate in the corner. So that's an odd. It just goes up in cents. Okay, I guess. If you hold it down indefinitely, does it go up in larger increments? It does. Okay. I don't know the difference between my top cash and the lower cash. It says 75 versus 44. Maybe one is the camp and one is my amount. So I'll just donate like $1. Oops. And so tap. Okay, tap is $1 increments. I'll donate $1 just to see how that affects things.
That is what
Yeah.
I like to see.
Okay, yeah. So camp is the top. My money's the bottom. Understood. And then that can help in the future should I wish to upgrade further. Cool. Okay, so I'm not going to end just yet. I just wanted to see what Bus was saying because I know that I missed some of that. Okay. There's the Rockstars. Oh yeah, so this was about the arcade games. Before the days of things we can do now, they were limited back then for gameplay. So that was the main thing they go to. But I see your take, and I actually really appreciate that. It's recognizing that, and the same way that I can see what you're saying is that it's great that we can interweave these elements, and that's why games get better and better. I'm not saying that the story, like being able to add games, doesn't make these games better, and that's what we want to see, right? Is the marriage between incredible gameplay and amazing storyline, and that's what makes a perfect, like, you know, if not 10 out of 10 game. Those multiple aspects are what makes something amazing. And so maybe a story will push the game up here, maybe great gameplay can push it up here. I think that, for example, a lot of Souls-like games people can enjoy, and people do enjoy, even if they never follow the story, because I know some people love Elden Ring for its story aspects. I haven't played Dark Souls games other than Demon Souls and Elden Ring. Oh, sorry, Souls-like games other than those two. But from the consensus that I've seen, I feel like a lot of people enjoy the challenge of Souls-like games, even if they never, ever, 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 ever engage in the story whatsoever. And so I feel like that's another example of gameplay over story. But if you do pay attention to the story, it can marry these two aspects. And obviously these games are widely acclaimed and continue to be played today. And so that's where it is about, like, what does a person prefer? I tend to not worry so much about well, I shouldn't say it's not worry so much about story, but for me, if I guess I do weight a lot of my opinions on games on how the game plays, because that's just what I grew up with. I grew up with platformers that didn't really have storylines. So and so, yes, I can respect great stories, but I also want to make sure that I am enjoying those moments in between as well. And other people will want the story first, and that's also beautiful. And that's why I was saying I think that the story-first games do allow for more people to interact with video games, and that's not a bad thing either. We want, like, this is such a wonderful hobby to have. We want more people to be interested in it, and we want more people pushing the limits of what games can and cannot do. Okay, so it gently nudges you in the beginning but feels more open later. Thank you. And I think I felt like I was already past that point, and I might be wrong about that. Also, without spoilers, not always, but sometimes you can avoid confrontation. Not all, but many missions have multiple ways to go about certain sections. Brilliant. So that's the kind of thing where, like, I recognize that I was frustrated in the moment, and if I am recording versus live streaming, if I was just recording or playing to no audience whatsoever, those frustrations probably wouldn't be as obvious. You'd just push through. You'd either stop playing altogether because it's like, I just don't think this is for me, or you'd just cut it out. I think, like I said, I was recognizing that I was feeling frustration, feeling the insecurity, and because I know that people are watching me, that those kind of emotions are heightened, because I'm like, I want to make sure other people are entertained. I want to make sure I'm entertained. And if I'm not having fun, other people aren't having fun. If I'm just being frustrated, I don't find that is very exciting for you guys. And so all of these things are playing alongside actually just trying to figure out whether or not I like the game. So I absolutely recognize there is that other undercurrent that is affecting my gameplay, where if I wasn't live streaming, maybe I would just be like, damn, like, what an idiot, and then move on, or even just because I recognize some of my frustration comes from my confusion, because insight into me a lot of the time when I'm frustrated with people as well, as in this is like way too, like, I'm telling you guys way too much about myself right now. If I don't understand someone's behaviors, if I'm confused by what they've done, then that's where I get frustrated. Where I'm like, whereas if I can see where they're coming from, I'm like, okay, I understand. That's why you got frustrated. And I'm way more calm in those scenarios than just being like, I don't get it. Like, why? Why you like this? And so that's what's happening for me, is I'm confused. For example, the pulling out the knife instead of brawling, that one I can accept as a fault of mine. But the brawling later, that's where I'm like, why? Like, I don't understand why I wasn't allowed to leave. And, you know, you are putting doubt in my mind that maybe I'm not so sure. Anyway, rant there. But I wanted to also see this one about the scripted mission, because I thought Bus might have some great insight there. If you're in a scripted mission, it wouldn't make sense to leave the saloon. The people you view as family were in a fight. But I didn't feel that I knew these people well enough, I guess. And so that's why I, as an xClementine, was confused in that moment, because I'm like, why did the person that we were in a fight with, that we weren't even in a fight with, decide to smack someone over the head? And that's annoying to me. A guy walked in, there are two people who are having a little bit of a and then the guy we were chatting to just smacks a bottle over another's head. I recognize that this was probably a storyline that was like, oh, hey, we're in a Western, we're in a saloon, what happens in a saloon? Classic saloon brawl. I can see that from the classic tropes, but for me specifically, I'm like, why did you hit a guy with the bottle? I don't understand why we are now in this fight in the first place. This was not our circus. So that's why that in particular bothered me. As a lead enforcer and protector, Arthur wouldn't leave his brothers. But why did his brothers get involved? I see moments like that as just scripted canon instances. In a free roam, you are free to do almost everything. Okay, so I guess over time I will learn where those moments are and where they aren't. And I think this one, because there were multiple missions at the time, I didn't realize this would be one that was not a side mission, I suppose. You were in a scripted mission, so good. Arthur isn't supposed to kill anyone recklessly. That was the gun being loud. It's not a mistake you made in a certain mission. Arthur would go for a gun over a knife depending on a situation. Like if you're in a town near law and civilians, he won't pull the gun because it's loud and people will hear it. Okay, brilliant. Thank you for all of that. I do really appreciate the insight there. Something you may like to know is if you're not holding a weapon and you go up to an NPC and press triangle, you can grab them and beat or choke them. That is, I do really appreciate that, because that's something that I was trying to do on the train, and then I accidentally shot them. And so that kind of stuff I just think is funny. And that kind of stuff, again, is that learning curve where it's like, oops, that's not a punch, but I do want to know what the punch is. So triangle to grab them, and then circle is the punching. I have rough cowboy hands. There's nothing to a horseman. Har har. I might replay it from the start and think about the points you brought up and feel for him. And if you don't feel that, that's okay. It just goes to show that how I'm experiencing it is, again, through my lens. And I don't think that should be a reflection of the game. That's a reflection of me. And then holding the weapon, you have the option to execute. I did see that button when I was starting to get used to it. Cool. Mustangs are cool. Hell yeah. Pomelo, hello. Maybe a distinction, being open with some general sense of exploring map and which missions and sequence, but not necessarily always free within a mission or scene specifically. Okay, thank you, Squid. That's also true. It's about the training of the controls, and I think that's what that's why I was confused and freaking out in the moment, because I'm like, why am I getting this so wrong? And that's, like I said, another insecurity where I think offline, if I'm getting that wrong, I'm like, oh, okay, like, what an idiot. But it can get a little bit nerving to have an audience and feeling like I am a stupid poo-poo head when I'm doing the controls. And so I am trying to let go of that, but it's hard to not have that emotion come up in the moment, you know? If you donate to camp, goes to the camp funds. If you sell to a fence, you get the money yourself. Gotcha. Okay. But then I suppose you can still donate the money to the camp as well. So I think what I want to see is if that value is fixed or if I can get a higher value for like the pendant and whatnot. First time I finished this game, I didn't even know I can upgrade the camp. That's adorable. My goodness. And that goes to show the learning curve. You played an entire playthrough, which I know is tens of hours long, without upgrading the camp. So there's definitely a showing how much you can learn in the game. Use the money at camp for upgrades like the fast travel. Awesome. Everyone enjoys the game in their own way. Exactly. And thanks for the follow as well. Welcome in, Kaisun. We're just sharing some opinions on the game so far. That's me when I hit a wall during a coding stream. I'm stuck in this has become uninteresting. Bye. Yeah, I get it. I feel like playing a game where you're an outlaw, it'd be kind of hard to make every mission where you're a good guy. But I guess that's also what I'm not understanding with the honorable. And so I think it's recognizing in myself, and I'm trying to make sure that I am using language that I'm not putting this on the game whatsoever. It's just that vocalization. I am a very vocal thinker. And so all I am doing is vocalizing my thoughts, because otherwise, what's the point in watching me play this versus someone else play this? This is my thoughts and my experience, and the only way I can talk about it is through that lens. And so when you have things like being honorable and increasing honor, that it gives this implication that you can be a good guy. What does a good guy look like in this? Hello. Good to see you, Lockie. I'm gonna finish my thought process before I say proper hi, because otherwise I will lose my train of thought there. And so we're just talking about Red Dead Redemption, having a little pause at the camp. And so when there are the honor system, and you have what's a traditional good guy, that's someone who doesn't fight, doesn't kill. Those are the typical tropes of a good guy. And so when you are now being forced into a situation where you are fighting, and that's not necessarily your traditional view of honorable, then that can cause some confusion, because like you say, they are an outlaw. What does a good guy look like in those scenarios? That's where maybe brawling for the sake of their camp, for the sake of their people, does make more sense. I recognize that. I'm not disagreeing. I'm just saying in the moment it was not the natural thing for me to participate in a brawl. The natural thing to me would be to walk away and just being like, not my monkey, not my circus. But I am just trying to figure it out. You should be a lawyer studying these details. That's very sweet. It is the Cayman Run. Hi, Blue. It's also a thing to keep in mind. Rockstar are cheeky jokes, so a lot of the time weird things will happen That is another thing I will absolutely keep in mind. Thank you, Nine Fox. Hello, Lucky. Hello, Raiders. I hope you had a wonderful stream. Welcome on in. I am doing my first time playthrough of this game. This is only our second session, and I've just found myself a little bit frustrated with the learning curve. And so that's what we're discussing at the moment. Welcome on in. If you need to go head to bed, Lucky, just go for it. Those who might be sticking around and you haven't come across me before, hi, I'm Clem. I'm a Just Chatting streamer first and foremost, but we have been getting into the games again. And so we've decided to pick up Red Dead Redemption 2. And that's what we're discussing. Come discuss. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm glad the tone was more serious in Red Dead. It has goofy moments too, but generally more serious tone compared to GTA, which I appreciate. Hell yeah. If it makes you understand better, the entire mini mission was essentially character insight into your crew. It's so you understand they are willing to throw down and always have each other's back. Yes, but I'm still like missing the whole getting into the brawl in the first place. Was the guy who walked in? Okay, actually, this is one of those like I am asking a question. We were talking to Javier and like our crew at the bar with the ladies. The guy who walked in, was he our friend? Because there was a brawl. Like I can see that they knew there was going to be a brawl between these two individuals. Were one of those two people who started arcing up our crew? Yes or no? If yes, I didn't know that. And why didn't I know? Because of the exact thing that I was talking about in the last stream. There are so many names that have been thrown out and the lack of understanding of who those are. Yes, I understand that over time you learn them, you interact with them, you build on them. It shows that there is this entire world that has been built before you get put into it. But again, if you're trying to tell me that I would throw down because of a crew member, then I need to know that that's my crew member. Instead of my crew member going like, oh, yay! Or gang member, yay! Fight time! I just find that stupid. And I feel like Arthur, if he is a leader, should just say, hey, don't get into trouble, you idiot. Like, this is ridiculous. Doesn't matter who started it. The gang were in a fight. You have to help him. But how did the gang get in a fight? So it does matter who started it. Because we're one of those two individuals that first walked in. The guy who walked into the saloon doors and the guy who he bumped into, were they a part of the gang? No, some of your crew are perhaps a little too wired and perhaps looking for any chance for trouble. Arthur isn't a leader. He's just a member. And so this is my point, is that the brawl was started because one of our crew were like, oh, yay, bar fight! And that, to me, is just not... And so, as a Rockstar game or as a guy's game, a lot of people will have the same reaction. Yay! Like, bar fight! And so I guess that's really hard for me to immerse myself in because I would not have that reaction. It's just what happens in Westerns, and that's the thing, is it's a trope. I recognize that. The only thing was to drink and fight. And so this is what I mean, is it's not just a learning curve of the controls, it's a learning curve. Our guy's looking a little bit sleepy. Maybe I should go eat some food. It's not just a learning curve of the controls, it's a learning curve of the world maybe, and acceptance of the fact that these things will just happen, and that's part of the trope, and I just have to accept the trope. Can we do a little nappy nap? I feel like that might be nice. This is our nappy nap, right? Examine flower. That's not what I wanted to examine. Anyhow, if you remember one of Dutch's speeches in The Snow, we all stick together. We have to have each other's backs to survive. Okay, so that's what I mean is I have to do the learning curve, not just of the the technical aspects, but also just the how to be immersed. I think so far I haven't felt immersed because I haven't felt like I am in the world the way that I would be able to do it. And this is what we were talking about yesterday. Am I playing as me or am I playing as Arthur? And I think I'm still trying to play as me, where I need to play as Arthur. And that will help me going forward as well. Yeah, exactly. There are a few other things that I wanted to check before we move on. Hey, I just split the parties here as well. Good to see you guys. No, it's frustrating, but it was entertaining for me. Okay, that actually really, that does, Prime, that does make me feel really good because it can be really hard for me to know if people are just secondhand frustrated or if they're entertained. If you're entertained, then that makes me feel better, genuinely. If you're entertained by my frustration, then that is okay. I think it's just really hard when you are the one being frustrated to see it through another lens as well. So thank you for that. It means a lot. Totally understandable to feel self-conscious. I think your particular audience is understanding and supportive. That is a nice reminder too. Also, if you guys haven't followed Lockie already, please make sure to do so. They are a wonderful variety character creator, and an incredible musician, and just all-round wonderful being. So please make sure you're going to give them some love because they really are wonderful. Cool. I see what you mean. You wanted full control over every action. Yes, and so that's what I am grappling with, is understanding when I have full control and when it's railroading, and that's where some of that extra learning curve is coming as well. I haven't talked about the game with Ali because it's still I'm way too new to be able to voice my opinions, and I avoided Ali's gameplay because I didn't want spoilers for myself. I usually play story games thinking like the character. I pick the choice Arthur would pick, but that's just a matter of taste, and I get that. Exactly. And we spoke a little bit about this in my first session where I feel like I would have made different choices as Arthur, but I'm struggling to get myself into those shoes. So Arthur's not a leader, but an old member. He's a status for sure, but he's more of an enforcer. I like that as well. A muscle you send to places to get things done. Okay, brilliant. If you remember one of Dutch's speeches, oh yeah, the snow. Okay, cool. I think that I am happy with those thoughts, and I just needed that moment to recognize that so that I can understand how I'm feeling going forward. I absolutely, like I said, am recognizing a lot of this is how I'm experiencing this to start with, rather than it being a reflection of the game. And I just needed to vocalize that so that I could understand whether or not I'm willing to continue. Yes, I am willing to continue. Am I willing to continue today? I think that it might be a good opportunity for me to thanks for sharing your thoughts and perspective is really nice. And I would like to extend that courtesy as well. I think being able to vocalize that with people who have played the game has helped me go through some of that as well. Yeah, exactly. I do not have your back. I will not be me. So I think that now that we have vocalized all of that, this probably would be a good opportunity to leave off. And that way I can digest all of what I've experienced. And then tomorrow when I come back to it, have a less frustrated or confused or emotionally charged view on this. And especially because I think we've gotten to a conclusion that I'm really happy with, where I'm like, okay, this was more of a me issue rather than a game issue, and I do want to try it out. But I think that if I try it out now, I'll be too close to that that charged feeling, and it will not help me enjoy the game going forward. So considering we're at the camp, it does feel like a good place to hold off and pick up again next time, and hopefully we will find more fun times, like when we got to raid the camp. So, and I'm still curious as to where everything will go, don't get me wrong. But I think today in particular, it was a lot of the hurdles with the gameplay. And now that we've kind of overcome that, understood that, I think tomorrow will be a lot more successful and a lot more enjoyable. Yeah, I think that will be good. So we'll leave it there, even if it wasn't super super progressive today, I suppose is the word I would use. I don't think we really progressed very far into the game. But I think I needed to get those growing pains, perhaps is a good word to use. I think I needed to get those growing pains out of the way so that I can come through and enjoy it wholeheartedly. And as always, I will still pat myself on the back for being able to just have my own opinion on things and still listen to others and work through that to find a middle ground and decide if things are worth pushing through. And I do think this is worth pushing through. So I am okay with being frustrated in the moment, but I don't want that to rule my experience either. So I feel like if I'll give it this week and maybe even next week as well. And if I'm still not enjoying it, then that will show, as was very well said, that not every game is for everyone. Maybe this won't be a game for me, and then we can put it down. Or now that we've kind of understood the current issues being how I view this game versus how the game is played. I think that's it. I've been trying to mold how I feel like the game should be played rather than me playing how the game wants me to play. And so I think that going into it tomorrow will help will help me enjoy it more, where I'm like, okay, this is just part of the package, and that's okay, rather than trying to be like, this is how I want to do it, because I've played plenty of games where it is a lot more railroady, and that's all right too. Hi, Ash. So that is where we will leave it today. And like I said, I'm still okay with me having those feelings, but I don't want it to tarnish my future views on this game. So we will call it. Oh, how'd you go? If you get stuck in a fight with me around, I will hold fast and record it for your Facebook page. Hilarious! Yes, exactly. And that's the thing is, everyone who says this is an amazing game, especially because I've only played, well, now 2 sessions, but I said very vocally, it is so slow to the beginning. And that is not a bad thing in any means whatsoever. But it was the first time that I heard people actually talk about, oh yeah, it is a bit of a slow burn at the start, and so that's why I find it interesting that that's not something a lot of people talk about, because I do know, however, that some people will talk about criticisms and now how that's supposed to now mean you don't like the game whatsoever. That's not the case. It's just recognizing that there are there's a balance, I suppose, and these are the thoughts, these are the feelings, and then you can make an overall judgment with all of those elements. There can be things that have negatives in them while still being an overall positive experience. Yay! Thank you, Schmick. I do appreciate that. Healthy discourse and analysis. Cool. Oh my gosh. Any % world record is over 12 hours still. Ay. Cool. Well, that will be that. Let's pass you on to I'll pass you on to Elisa, actually. Elisa is a wonderful individual. You'll have fun over there, just chatting stream, and they've been talking about their trip to Australia, which is very exciting. So I hope you have fun there. They just started about an hour ago, and yeah, they're just talking about their travels. So thanks again, everyone. If you want to support me, go follow on all of the other socials. Everyone who's new, thank you very much for tuning in and taking a chance on the channel. We'll be back tomorrow for some more gameplay. And thank you guys for joining me today. I did have fun. Don't get me wrong. I did have fun. And I'm going to go digest everything that we have discussed. Thank you so much. I'm going to go digest everything we've discussed, and then I'll be back on tomorrow for some chats, for some games. And I hope to see some of you guys there as well. Discord is the best place to stay up to date, and enjoy the rest of your day, whatever you get up to. And thanks for spending some of that with me.